Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here once again to do a My Hero Academia episode review. Though this time by myself, as Lucky Chi has not seen the episode, so he cannot join me. I mean, I was waiting for him, but unfortunately to watch it, but unfortunately time is running out, and tomorrow will be the 4th episode, so I figured I'd do this sort of 10 to 20 minute review, at least that's what I'm expecting how long it to be, by myself to discuss the episode. Well, let's see, before the 4th one comes out, just so I can continue to do this weekly and all that stuff and not have to do like 2 episodes in one time. Now, granted, if Lucky Chi joins me for the 4th episode, I will likely, have him give his thoughts on the episode while we are talking, but yeah. So yeah, the episode follows off where we left. Where Midoriya goes to talk to All Might. Let's see. Where Midoriya goes to talk to All Might about, the experience of the dream he had last night, as it turns out that, every one of the previous users have experienced like glimpses of like the previous heroes and all that have used the quirk. Midoriya is the first to get like a sort of flashback experience, so it's a rather unique thing to for him. So All Might can't entirely give him advice, though he does tell how Nana Shinara says that how he believes that even though when the quirk passes on and the heroes who used to have it eventually pass away as themselves, a part of them lives on within the quirk kind of thing, which I think gives a bit of Midoriya commenting on how Nana Shinara looks like beautiful because All Might's former mentor. I suppose I should also let go that during Midoriya was also having we also had a bit of a flashback where Oyayama was checking if Midoriya was all right, and then a bit, I think, scolding him for not eating enough cheese. Well, that's a bit funny, but yeah. So anyway, Class 1A is preparing for the joint training fight. You kind of get everyone, sort of reintroduced again with like the subtitles with like each of the classmates' names and their quirks, which it seems a bit kind of pointless for Class 1A because, well, they kind of did that in like the first filler episode-ish of like the season, so it's like you kind of, why do you need to do this again? And again, I suppose it is hard to remember or like 20 names and all that stuff, but yeah. So Class 1B arrives with Minor, I believe, what's his name? Class well, his hero name is Phantom Thief, but I think it's Monoma. Saying, it's time we finally settle this and all that stuff going on. And at first, it looks like we're going to get the sort of typical, Kendo hitting him to scold him kind of thing. But Azar sort of wraps his, bandages around him, trying to choke him. He's like, oh, but blimey, that's a bit extreme way to tell him to shut up. But, oh, well, you got to keep a recurring gag fresh, I guess. But, yeah. So yeah, you kind of get that. So yeah, and we end up getting a sort of panels of like the classes introducing like all the Class B students. Such as like Shiozakiya, the Vine user that beat Denki. Denki or Kaminari. That's one people are probably most likely be familiar with. Kendo as well. That's one people probably recall. And Tetsu, the steel opposite of Red Riot. And of course, Monoma, but let's see, those are the ones that people most likely recall. Let's see, granted, some might recall Tsunotori, let's see, the exchange student that ended up saying some very rude stuff to class 1A due to Monoma's words, and Shoda, or Nijiriki Shoda, who was also on like Shinso's like a team during like the second round of like the sports festival, but dropped out due to feeling dishonored and all that stuff. But yeah, so you can have that. But of course, we get probably no one's surprised if you've watched the openings and seen the trailers. We end up learning that Shinso is joining this joint training festival as like a means of determining whether or not he can possibly join the hero course. All that stuff. Now the matches are set up in 5 rounds in 4v versus 4 matches. Let's see, now it doesn't need no overall winner or anything, but no, granted, I suppose the classes are sort of competing. It's not like the tournament. It's sort of like a tournament kind of thing, I guess. Without granted, it's not really any major tournament thing. It's just more of just works the classes and stuff. So first the 3 technically wins, but who knows? But yeah, but isn't it's a non-really. It's sort of like a friendly competition between the 2 classes, really. Well, granted, it's supposed to be, but yeah. Granted, due to the fact that the arrival of Shinso means that there is 41. No, granted, I do like. But yeah. So, granted, but yeah. But they decided that Shinso will take part in one match. It's 2 matches for 1 class each. One for class A and 1 for class B to see how he works with them and all that stuff. So we get that. Anyway, the matchups are, let's see, Red Riot, let's see, Kirishima, Kaminari, Koda, Tsuyu, and Shinso for the first team for Class 1A in round 1 versus, let's see, Ibura Shizashi or Vine, the Vine girl. So you got a sort of rematch between Kaminari and the girl who beated him in the first round of the final event for the sports festival, and along with Juati Sidida, or his name is Gevadon, who's that sort of beast-like fella you might see. Someone called Dragon Shroud or Hyorin. And Subara, who I think it's a guy who sort of does these sort of airway breath kind of abilities. Round 2, you have Tokoyami or Tora Hagige, Invisible Girl. Let's see, Momomo Yozoru, yeah. Let's see, Creatio. See Ayamara for Class B in round 2 versus Comic Man or Manga Fukidashi. Okay, I can see him possibly being a favorite amongst some people. For Class B listings just because he's literally manga. Venta Black or Shiso Kuro. Shimage or Kinkuko Korimori. And Battle First, better known as Itsutora Kendo. So it's pretty much the class representative, the vice class representative, and the big sister of Class 1B, being probably the main event between these 2 in the fights, as we've seen these 2 interact quite a bit and even did an internship together with that Medusa-like girl. Let's see. So yeah, that's probably the main highlight of that match. Now, let's see, and for round 3 we have, Ojiro, Shoto, Mezo Shoji, and Ida versus, Pony Sonotori, Juzu Hanakie, Spire Sen Kabai, and Tetsu. So, Kirishima's rival is going up against Shoto and Ida. which is kind of nice because hopefully this I can't really spoil for the manga things, but I'm hoping this means that both Shoto and Ida will get some time to shine, as they really didn't get to do much in season 4 due to the fact that only like Midoriya, Uraraka, Kurashima, and Tsuyu were the only members of Class 1A to go for the internship for the first part of season 4. So you got that. Let's see, but yeah. For round 5, you got Sugarman versus Sealer, otherwise known as Rikudo Sato, and let's see, Hanato Sero, and Jiro with Bakugo against, let's see, Toguro Kamaraki, that one that sort of looks like a mantis, I guess. Let's see, Senatsu Togake, who is known as Lizardry. Let's see, Yotsue Aoisa, who, let's see, many people won't remember, who teamed up with Momo to place the tracker on that Nomu from season 3. And Kojiro Bondo, who's the sort of candle-headed dude. So there's no one, let's see, I think for this lot that really stands out for round 4 for Class 1B, though. Everyone probably realizes that it's probably going to be a Bakugo-centered let's see, fight for this one. Though there might be a bit of Fujiro, but I'm not going to spoil for anime only watchers, as I know how this fight goes and all that stuff. And round 5 is, let's see if you probably get track. It's Mineta, and Ashido, Uraraka, and Midoriya. Let's see, against Monoma, Yu Koda. Let's see, Nikiri Shoda, and Rikyo Younger, and Sincho. So the main highlight for this fight, I think, for most people would probably be, of course, the rematch, a long-awaited rematch between Midoriya and Sincho, since they have not seen each other, faced against each other since, the Sports Festival first round. So, not to mention, this ties in more with, like, previous 0 for 1 users interacting with Midoriya, since the first time Midoriya felt the presence of the previous users was when they released him from, like, Shinso's quirk. And I think many people are probably also hoping for Uraraka, and Midoriya sort of moments for this. I mean, we sort of got a little moment a bit earlier in the episode, I should probably mention, where Uraraka remembers when Hazume landed on Midoriya the previous 3rd season, and she ended up just sort of like, it was just like, don't get jealous, don't get jealous. Remember, focus. Where Tailman got like, what's wrong with? Are you okay, Uraraka? But we have, so besides Shinso for Class B, it's going to be mostly Monoma, the copycat, the one that's always taking the, Class 1A rivalry to the extreme. Let's see. I'm hoping this will be very interesting. I think many people are wondering, is he going to copy like Midoriya's quirk and stuff? I'm not going to say if he does or not, because, well, that's manga spoilers. But he might also be the opponent for Uraraka for this round. But yeah. Now, of course, so the rules of this, like, 4v4 matches is, like, first team to, like, capture all 4 of the others and put them in their sort of jail cells is the winner, or the one that has the most before time runs out wins, kind of thing. Sort of etc. As for like the whole Shinso thing, now on one hand it does supposed to technically give you an advantage in numbers, but due to his inexperience, it might mean he's also at disadvantage, because now you have to deal with like a rookie in your team that has not really interacted with any of them, and all that stuff. And not to mention, the rules still apply that if you get 4 imprisoned, even though you have 5 members, you still lose. And so it's like, so it's possible that 4 members of a 5-man team could get captured and you'd lose and all that stuff. So it could be more of a hindrance than a thing, but Shinso's going to try and do his best. We get like a little funny moment where he's like thanking both the teams he's a part of, trying to welcome him. We see with Red Riot and Froppy, of course, welcoming him and all that stuff. And Momono seems to taking a liking to him and says, let's crush Class 1A. And it's like his teammates are saying, please ignore him. But he's just like, I'm fine with all that stuff. So, yeah. So yeah. Anyway, the first match, let's see, is beginning in this episode, and let's see. So you kind of got like let's see, class round one. Let's see, for class 1A, they're planning on having Denki draw out the opponents, but so they can try and find like I guess the fine girl and take her out quickly, because she's probably the biggest threat as from what they've seen. However, class 1B accepts it. Has probably figured this out, so they sent the beast guy in to take him out quickly. However, it's revealed that along with the air voice guy, I think there's also in Momo's team, but yeah. And let's see. Let's see, but yeah. But unfortunately for like let's see, class 1B, they did not encounter the fact that Shinso has got some new gi on with like a sort of mask thing around him, which allows him to record and mimic the voices of his opponents. So he ended up using the voice of like one of the, let's see, the airwave guy's voice for the beast guy to respond, and now his quirk is activated and the beast dude is under his control, and that ends the episode. I have to admit, it's mostly a setup episode. I think it's a nice setup episode. I mean, granted, I didn't really need the whole, let's see, reintroduction, the naming of, like, I guess, all the Class 1A ones, since you already did it before, but I guess, like, if you're not, let's see, recalling all 20 names, enough to go, but now, let's see. But I do like how they did the, let's see, introductions of, like, all the Class 1Bs, though granted, I don't think, except for maybe the most die-hard My Hero Academia fans, are probably going to remember all those names. I mean, there's like only 4 in the grand scheme of things that people sort of recognize, really. 3 or 4 that most people would probably just recognize by, just because of they had some time to stand out and all that stuff. Yeah, I do like some of the matchups in that. There's like at least 1 or 2 major people from like the Class 1A for each round, for example. I think at this point, Kirishima and Froppy are like, granted, I suppose you could count Denki. Well, granted, all 3 of them have had like roles in the series. So like, no, I think Froppy is probably considered the most active of these lot. But yeah, so it's like those 3 are like the main ones for Class 1A. With like Shinsho, so it's like this one's got like a whole bunch of main side characters with like, you know, Fine Girl being the thing, so it's like, yay, rematch in this one. Oops, sorry, I had one alarm there. Let's see, and for like class round 2, let's see, the 2 main ones with this one would probably be Tsukuyomi and Momo, but yeah, I think most people have probably expected that it's going to be a sort of matchup between the main, let's see, the sort of official lead, the vice leader of, or the official leader girl of Class 1A versus the leader girl of Class 1B. So yeah, that would probably be that. And well, for Shoto and Ilya, these like are going to be definitely the 2 focuses for this fight against, of course, Tetsu Tetsu, and I believe they're the one that's called let's see, Juso Hokuni, otherwise known as Mugdum, who many might recall was, I think, in the sort of like flashback where she's shown him where Shoto got in, and he was like one of the 4 that got in through recommendation. But yeah, let's see. Now, let's see. Bakugo is definitely going to be the highlight for round 4. Let's see. All that stuff. And yeah, from Jack, Jiro probably might be the thing. And of course, Midoriya and let's see, Uraraka are definitely going to be the main focus of like the 5th final round, along with against Shinso and Phantom Thief. Let's see. Well, granted, there's also Pinky and Mineta. Let's hope he doesn't do anything pervy, though I won't spoil anything from, let's see, anime watchers, but heck, you never know with Mr. Great Juice. But yeah. I do like how, let's see, I do like, it's pretty much just set up like, let's see, so it's like, we're expecting something with like Midoriya's quirk to happen against Shinso and all that stuff. because it happened last time. I do like the matchups. They're interesting teammates. It's interesting team-ups and all that stuff. Some I think were expected, some not so much, but yeah. Overall, I'll give this episode a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. It's just mostly a setup. It's a fun one. You got a little bit of fighting. It seems, as I expected, they're doing two chapters an episode right now. They could be doing more, but let's see. That depends, because I do know that in the manga the pacing got a bit weird due to new editor, and I think Koei had to move. But who knows? We'll see how they animate it and stuff. Anyway, but that's my thoughts. I'll see you for the next episode review. I'm Blue Star Saber. Let's see, signing off, and goodbye. See you for episode 4.